So, Italian seasoning. Why? Huh? Why are you doing it? What? When you're at the store, now this is an honest question, and you see Italian seasoning, what is your first thought? Is your first thought, who buys this? Or is your first thought, I need some of this? Because that is exactly what we're going to answer here today. Because I realized myself, I'm like, hold on a minute. Like, Italian seasoning, what is it even made out of? Okay? Italian seasoning usually consists of basil, oregano, rosemary, thyme, and marjoram, with other herbs and spices sometimes making an appearance. So it is a completely vague, depends on the company sort of thing. You know what I mean? Like, oh, here we go. We have a recipe. Let's see here. Let's pick a random recipe from all these stupid ones. Like, ooh, what one looks more like the most store-bought Italian seasoning? This obviously has a lot of rosemary. I don't remember ever seeing rosemary in an Italian seasoning at the store, but that's just me. All right, this one from Patty Catalano. She sounds Italian, that's for sure. I love how also all I hate these websites because they're like instantly trying to sell you something, and they're instantly also trying to teach you like their own little story about something, and it's just yeah. So thyme, basil, rosemary, oregano, and marjoram are what she says are the most common in all blends. So she puts basil, oregano, parsley, thyme, rosemary, and marjoram. So marjoram seems optional. I doubt that's in the store-bought stuff. So we got some rosemary, thyme, parsley, oregano, and basil. Now, in any common home, why don't you have basil, oregano, parsley, thyme, and rosemary? Those are very common seasonings, right? Is it just me? Am I crazy here? I mean, I might be crazy, but these seasonings right here, those five seasonings, they have like you have to have them because they're all their own specific taste and flavor. Like putting them all in every single thing you make that's Italian just seems terrible to me. So this is a cooking tip for anybody out there, but I did this because I got this idea and I was like, okay, now what if there's other seasonings that are the same that I never realized are made out of things that we make commonly or have commonly, but other people use them as like a mix of something all the time? And I thought, okay, well, maybe that's not true because I know a lot of people do stuff like that with like chicken and steak seasoning and stuff like that, which is just salt and like a bunch of little seasonings depending on the thing. But I saw Italian seasoning specifically as a very common, just any brand, like even store brand has Italian seasoning. And I was like, that's insane, right? So my second idea was, you guessed it, lemon pepper. What is lemon pepper seasoning made out of? What is lemon pepper seasoning made out of? Lemon pepper seasoning is made up, most have dried lemon zest, pepper, and salt. That's it? Some recipes add garlic and or onion powder as well. That's all lemon pepper is. It's lemon zest, pepper, salt. I have those three ingredients almost all the time. What I mean, lemon zest is something that you can actually keep dry as well. You can just skin your lemons and keep the dried skins and make zest with them later. It's easier if you could just cut them in half and then leave those halves because it's hard to grind, you know, a strip. Just fair warning. But wow, I never knew lemon pepper was literally just pepper, lemon zest, and salt. Okay. What other Combination of seasoning. How would you even look this up? Like combination of seasonings? Seasonings are combinations of seasonings. Seasonings that are a combination of. All right, let's see here. Oh, you know what? This isn't gonna give me the answer I want. Chili seasoning. Chili seasoning, I know, is not a real seasoning on its own. It's a combination of a bunch of seasonings. Chili seasoning contains. What is contains? What is chili seasoning made of? Chili seasoning can. I know cumin is the big chili taste. Like that taste when you're eating chili, you really like that taste. That's cumin. If you want to add that to any of your other dishes, like burgers, cumin's pretty good on burgers. You know, just another little thing. I put in mac and cheese every so often. But it looks like it is garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, oregano, salt, pepper. Oh, here we go. It's I skipped right over the cumin part. It actually says chili seasoning ingredients include basic pantry spices with chili powder and cumin making up the base of the blend. That makes a lot of sense because those are the two predominantly strong flavors that you would see. These other seasonings I labeled off, garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, oregano, salt, and pepper, are pretty good additions as well that aren't going to add too much overpowering taste. So that makes sense. I imagine that, yeah, what's a substitute for chili powder, they say? The substitute for chili powder is crushed red pepper, paprika, gochujang, cayenne pepper flakes, so a bunch of just pepper flakes and stuff. Gochujang, I would say, is probably my next. If I had to choose out of any of these, I would pick gochujang, which is a chili paste. It's kind of like a sweet and savory chili paste. It's really good if you've never had it before. It goes good on like chicken and stuff like that. Okay, what are some other ones that I can think of right off the top of my head? Oh, pickling spice. Pickling spice. Pickling spice is an aromatic blend usually made up of dried ingredients like peppercorns, pepper flakes, dried herbs, and various spice seeds. Well, that's worthless. I know it's got to be like mustard seeds and stuff like that. Whole cloves of garlic, celery seeds, and large hunks of onion also add flavor to pickles when they don't have pickling spices added. I think celery leaves? I'm sorry, what? Celery leaves. You know, I'm just saying, who's got a bunch of celery leaves laying around? Is that something you buy dried? Hold up. Can you buy dried celery leaves online? The dark outer leaves are intensely flavored, much more than the stalk. Really? I didn't know that. But they can be a bit tough and fibrous. Use them in applications where texture won't interfere with the enjoyment. These are great cooked until tender in soups and stews. So I mean, I knew that the leaves had flavor and were I, I, I feel like intensely flavored much more than the stalk is a little bit subjective because as I know a lot of people haven't had fresh homegrown stuff and uh, flavor is massively different between all forms of different ways you can grow a plant. So I'm not going to get into that. But okay, interesting though. We learn something new every day. All right, what's next? Seasonings, seasoning mixes, boys. And girls. I don't want to assume anything or judge anyone. Okay. We can think of another one right off the top of our heads, right? We can think of another one. Worcestershire sauce. That has to be made out of something. That counts, right, as a seasoning. Sauces. I'd I'd put concentrated sauces like that. That and soy sauce are more seasonings. Like Condiments, I guess, are more seasonings. Are condiments seasonings? Condiments, supplements added to food after it's been cooked. Herbs, leaves and flowers, or stems of plants used for flavoring or as a garnish. Seasonings, ingredients used in the preparation of the food before it is cooked. Spices, seeds, fruits, roots, and barks used to flavoring, coloring, preserving food. Wow. Fuck, I had no idea there was a difference between seasonings and spices either. I thought those were the same thing. I mean, I'm pretty sure most people use those interchangeably. But they're different. They're actually freaking different. Oh my god. Herbs, leaves, flowers, or stems of plants used for flavoring or as a garnish. That's correct. Ingredients used in preparation of food before it is cooked. So when you put something on a food before you cook it, it's a seasoning. Seeds, fruits, roots, and barks used for flavoring, coloring, or preserving food. So spices are during the food. And herbs and spices are during... Wow, holy shit. So seasoning is before cooking. Herbs and spices are during cooking. And condiments are after cooking. That is what those different words mean. Holy crap. I am learning so much with you guys right now. It is insane. I hope everybody's learning as much as I am, because this is insane. Okay, what else? Oh, we were going to look up what's in Worcestershire sauce. Worsh. I love how I spell W-O-R, and I don't know what's next, C, and it comes up instantly. They're like, nothing is W-O-R-C other than Worcestershire. Worcestershire and Worcester, city of Massachusetts. I mean, okay, well, we have to right now, right? Where is this? Oh, this place looks beautiful. Look how beautiful this is. That is a fake photo if I've ever seen one. Cool beans. All right, let's go back to Worcestershire sauce. Worsh. There we go, Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce, sometimes called Worcester sauce, is a fermented liquid condiment created in the city of Worcester in Worcestershire. Am I saying that pronouncedly? Is that Worcester or Worcester? Or Worcester? I don't care anymore. It's made up of vinegar, molasses, anchovies, garlic, tamarind extract, chili pepper extract, sugar, and salt. Wow! Holy crap, Worcestershire sauce is a complex flavor. No wonder it's you just have to have it. Because who's going to have all of these ingredients? Well, I do right now, actually. I do actually have anchovies and tamarind extract when you would think that normally people wouldn't, but I just don't ever eat anchovies, so I have some left over. And tamarind extract I used once to make some pad thai. It turned awful, and I never used it again, so I still have it. It's just what happens when you start cooking, I guess. So I maybe I should make some. If you would like to see me make some, hit me up. But wow, yeah, vinegar, molasses, anchovies. I would have never picked anchovies out of Worcestershire sauce. I can kind of pick tamarind extract and like the chili vinegar molassesy part. Anchovies though, wow. Okay. Okay. All right. What about, let's think of another one. What are some other ones we can think of real quick? This will be the last one because I don't want to keep doing this forever. Although this is really fun. I think this is a nice, cute little short video. If you like to keep seeing this stuff, I'll do them every time I have a little idea like this. What is a good seasoning? Oh, I just got... Alright, we'll just look it up. Okay. Seasoning blends. Seasoning blends is before herbs and spice blends. herb and spice blends. We just learned what those mean, so I'm being smart. There they are. Let's see here. What are the 10 herbs and spices? There's way more than 10 herbs and spices. 10 basic herbs and spices to stock in your spice drawer? Who the fuck clicks on this shit? Who sits down and goes, honey, and goes, honey, I'm sorry, but I accidentally tripped earlier and knocked over your entire spice cabinet into the stove. And it's gone now. But don't worry. I quickly Googled what are the 10 most basic herbs and spices. And I filled that baby right back up. It's still a little bit on fire, but you know, it's there. It's not going to tell me. I guess this isn't something anybody ever looks up other than me, right? Because who actually buys these blends, right? I mean, the garlic and herb blend seem Greek-inspired blend from Kroger's Private Selection. What's in Mrs. Dash? Okay, I am actually kind of curious what's in Mrs. Dash. If you don't know what Mrs. Dash is, Mrs. Dash was a salt-free or sodium-free flavor-enhancing seasoning. But what it actually normally was the same as Accent, which I'll get into after we find out what Mrs. Dash is. That'll be a little cliffhanger for you. So Mrs. Dash, ingredients. So let's see here. It is just a generic seasoning that you can add to most home cooked meals. It is best on chicken. It doesn't have salt, so it is healthier in comparison to the reduced sodium levels. It is salt-free. It's not going to tell us. Are you fucking me right now? Okay, I'll just get into what I was going to talk about. So Mrs. Dash is a copycat. I think I just read it there, actually. Mrs. Dash seasoning copycat, the Midnight Baker. Oh, okay. Anyways, what I was going to say is Mrs. Dash uses something that is called, in America, Accent. Accent, the seasoning, is actually just straight up MSG. That's all it is. It's monosodium glutamate. So every single time you see someone in America use Accent, they're just putting MSG. And MSG is a salt substitute because it tastes kind of like salt, but not really. It's that umami flavor that you taste. If you've ever tried making homemade fried chicken, that you're trying to remake like a Chinese recipe that is like takeout Chinese food with like the fried chicken and the sweet and sour General Tso sauce or something, and it never comes out right, or you make pad thai and it never comes out right, it's because it doesn't have MSG. If you put this shit on that, it will taste exactly like that. This is what it tastes like. It's shocking. It is shocking how much MSG actually makes something taste, and it makes everything taste good. It's actually really addictive and awful. I don't know if it's actually good for you. Because it's kind of like a lot of people are saying MSG is really bad for you for a while, which is, I guess, why when I looked up Mrs. Dash seasoning ingredients, it doesn't really come up with anything other than does Mrs. Dash contain MSG? And it says no. Wow. Okay. They might have taken it. Maybe I'm just stupid. I might have been just getting them wrong. I'm sorry, Mrs. Dash. Don't sue me. Okay, I'm sorry. I might have gotten you just mixed up with Accent. But fair enough. Accent's a good brand. I've bought from Accent plenty of times. Just kidding. I used to work at Gordon Food Service, so that's why I know. But yeah, okay. If you like this video, like it, leave a comment, subscribe, say hello, give me ideas. I love them. And yeah, tune in next time. I'll always make this type of stuff randomly, so bye-bye.